This is what I'm doing to prep for a natural home birth after really wanting a natural hospital birth, but ending up getting an epidural. First of all, what did I do with the last birth to not properly prep? I kind of did nothing. I drank the red raspberry leaf tea starting like second trimester. I just knew in my head, it's natural and it'll happen. But here's a few things that failed me. One, I think that being in the hospital, you can do a natural birth, but they are kind of programmed for you to get the epidural. So like they would ask me things like, what's your pain plan? They would say things like, when I did get the epidural, yeah, most moms do a lot of prep work if they really are serious about getting natural, you know? And they weren't saying to me, hey, I'm here to help you. Do you need some help with positioning? What do you need to help you, achieve this natural birth? Because it's just not what I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like it's not what they're designed for. It's like, okay, we're going to help you get that epidural and have a wonderful birth. But I don't know that they're necessarily trained maybe for this natural, your body can do it idea. So first thing I scratched out is the hospital. It's a little nerve-wracking, especially to my mom and to family. Like, are you crazy? But just know that what do people do before the hospital? And think about how natural it's always been. Ladies were always around births, and it was just something that was like instinctual, and they just, okay, this is what happens, and there's no fear because it's just what happens. And you saw your mom give birth to your siblings, and okay, that's one thing to prep. Watch the raw birth videos that they're doing it in the space that you're gonna do it in, and see how they react. Someone I really like watching is Sarah Therese, and I did watch her before I gave birth, and I'm watching it again now, and I'm showing my baby them so that when he sees mom do it, it's not the first time he's hearing those moans and whatever. And it's just like I'm noticing in her, I see in one video I did see like a little bit of fear, and then I see in the next one where she's like a veteran doing this, there's no fear. She's just like going through these contractions and like, oh, that wasn't too bad. I can do this. And like laughing, like I can see like the shift, and it's just really cool to see. So watch those videos. That's what I'm doing, number one. Number two is the team that I built. And by built, I just mean luckily I found them. I have a midwife and an assistant for her. And honestly, like having them is making me feel totally at ease. Just the way they talk about birth, even going to these appointments, instead of it just being like a 2-minute, okay, let's check your belly and okay, you're good to go. Like we're talking for an hour about like, she says like, you said you mentioned you have a fear about like replacing your first baby. Like, let's talk about that, because she has been to a birth where a mom was holding on to that fear of like, oh, this baby, I'm replacing my first, like I feel so guilty. Not that you are, but you feel that naturally. And as soon as she said that out loud, they said that the labor progressed. So like they're asking, like it's like a therapy session, and like then like I know in my head, even if I don't know what to do during labor to help this progress or to get through that pain, they do, and they're gonna tell me what to do. It's like I have these women around me and this team, and it's just gonna, like, that just takes away so much fear. Number three is taking away fear. I've learned through this last 9 months that fear makes your body tensed up in labor, and it makes labor way more hard. I had a lot of fear in my birth with Waylon because you just don't know what to expect. Okay, I've gotten this far, but can I do it more? Well, that fear of like, can I do it, is just gonna make you not maybe be able to do it, at least in my case. So this time I'm just having a different mindset of like, of course I still have fear, but I'm trying to get rid of it, because I know that if I just relax and I go through this labor, it's gonna be good. Like, it's gonna be better because my body knows what it's doing, and it's all gonna connect. And if I have fear, that's gonna interrupt some things. Next, I'm prepping some food to have for energy. I I did not eat anything because the hospital didn't let me. And I thought I would be able to, and I didn't eat even a big meal beforehand. So this time I'm gonna eat a solid, healthy, nutritious meal beforehand. And I've got some fruit sticks, some salmon sticks. I don't know that I'm gonna wanna eat these things, but I got Chick-fil-A ice so I can munch on that at home. And electrolytes, broth, honey, cheese sticks. I think that would be an easy thing to eat. And I'm gonna get a lot of fruit. I think that just having a lot of options, because you might not be hungry, but I think that energy is what I needed last birth to get me through it, and I did not have that. So another thing I'm doing is napping because, well, I have a 1.5-year-old who actually does still wake up quite a few times during the night, so I'm actually not getting the best rest. So prioritizing naps is actually very important when I can. Another thing I'm doing is watching the Built to Birth course. I highly recommend it. She's a really sweet girl, and she is kind of like a fire hydrant. It's like so much information, but I'm like, knowing that I have my team that also knows this information is helpful to just allow me to get kind of like a lot of the mindset from her and just like pick up on some things. So really the mindset is like the best thing you're going to get from a birth course, and I do recommend you spend the money and buy one, just because it just gives you like an idea of like, okay, well, what's actually going to happen throughout labor? Because I remember like in the hospital setting asking them that, like, okay, so what's like actually going to happen? And I still don't know what's going to happen because I got the epidural halfway through my last labor. So like after that, like what happens? Well, I've learned, okay, you're gonna, and talking to friends and stuff, like you just learning what's gonna happen so that you know and you can be less fearful. Just knowing, okay, then you're gonna go through transition, then you're gonna push, blah, blah, blah. Like knowing the steps, that's helpful. I remember in the hospital, I was gonna say, they said like, oh, well, we'll give you up until this point and then next week we can talk about it more. Like I was like, no, just tell me, like I wanna know. So just like in this course, she kind of really does break down all the things. I kind of mentioned it, but like talking to other women is really helpful. I talked to some friends about their birth stories and then like advice, like how did it go for them? Just hearing real life, you know, these people, they did it, so you can do it too. I'm also going to the chiropractor this pregnancy, and I don't know if it's really helpful or not, but I think in my mind, I'll know I went to the chiropractor. And the lady that I would recommend you choose someone that's actually, you know, specializes in prepping you for labor, because this lady just happens to be. And like last time I went, she was like, oh, yep, your pelvis is a little bit out of line. Let's open this up a little bit so you have more room. Like, okay, wow, I'm really glad I went. So I just feel like it's just one more tool in my head of like, I did that, so I'll be doing good. Lastly, I've just been cleaning my house a lot because I'm doing a home birth, and that kind of stresses me out because like there's one thing having guests over, but having people in your home to give birth, I feel like you need to like deep clean under the oven, you know? Silly things like that. So just nesting, I think everyone's doing that, even if they're in the hospital. If you're not, it's okay, because I kind of don't have the energy to do it either. So that's a bad balance, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully that's enough that I'm doing to prep. We'll see how it goes, but just knowing in my head it's gonna go good. And it's so fun, like doing a home birth, like looking around your house, like right here where this table is where my tub's gonna be, and like you can visualize it. And I just feel like doing it at home, I'm gonna feel so much more at ease. You're not like transitioning to a hospital and bright lights and like thinking this isn't really my safe space, and you know, it's gonna feel really natural and good doing it in my own home. So I'm really excited for that. And my baby gets to be here if he chooses to. Maybe if he's getting a little too antsy, the girl who's watching him can take him outside to play. But how cool would it be if he gets to watch his brother be born? So I'm excited for this home birth. Let's see how it goes. And if you want to subscribe, I will be doing a video soon on how it goes. All right, talk to you later.